even know where I'd go, but just let me go places. And yesterday and the day before, up in Bam, and like, coolest name ever, by the way. Oh, I live in Bam. Sweet. But like being in that place, it's just so incredibly beautiful. And then hiking up to, what was it, Lake Rossi Lakes? Yeah. You had to like, you post pictures of them on Facebook and you're like, disclaimer, I did not Photoshop these photos. Like, it really is that beautiful. But I'm just very, very thankful to be here. Thank you for all the people that put in the work to get me here, the Calgary Market Council, Rosario, and the Latina Hurricane. Where are you guys at? Anyone see that video on Facebook where I was like, oh my gosh, this is intense. But yeah, it's great to be here. So my name, you guys obviously know, is Caleb Thomas. I'm going to basically tell you a little bit about my story and then how I got to where I am now and encourage you. I want to encourage you. I want you guys to leave today, Super Saturday, feeling encouraged and feeling more confident than you came into this today. Because I think here's the thing, like too much training happens and not enough belief building happens, not enough confidence building happens, not enough just genuine belief in self happens. And we get super trained up and we always are asking, oh, more training, more training, more training, more training, more resources. And you get all that stuff and it's great, but if you don't know how to be the vessel to apply that and put it out there, if you don't have the confidence to even go out there and talk to somebody about what you're doing, you can't be the bridge to help people cross over to something really beautiful, right? And we, as Beachbody coaches, we know that what we're offering people is insanely beautiful, right? The opportunity for healthier, happier, more fulfilling lives, the opportunity for financial freedom, the opportunity for time freedom, the opportunity to be with your kids for longer, the opportunity to have time to build your families, to just be a human being and not being a slave to a time clock that some other boss, says you have to punch, right? We have something really amazing. And I want to give you the confidence in yourself today, hopefully by telling you my story and making some points, that's going to allow you to do that more. So I got started with Beachbody back in, I don't have any slides by the way. I'm one of those dorks. I'm like, just look at me, don't look at that. But I got started with Beachbody back in when I was at Penn State University in Pennsylvania. I was a college student for trumpet performance. And I was a professional bander. I was telling someone about this on the plane into Calgary, and she's like, we don't have that in Canada. They let you do that? And yeah, so I went to college for 5 years, and I got really good at trumpet, but I got really bad at taking care of myself. And it was just this constant downward slope of, I feel miserable, I feel miserable, I feel miserable, I don't eat well, I don't take care of myself, I get lower back issues all the time, I have digestive issues that I'm not going to tell you because it's way too much information. All these things started happening and it was frustrating because I used to be a nationally ranked competitive swimmer when I was in middle school and high school. So it was like, swimming was my game, being in tip-top shape was awesome, and then I went to the far opposite extreme, and it was really depressing. I mean, some of you probably know that experience. Who's ever experienced that, where you're like, in the worst shape of your life, like, what did I get myself into? Like, how do I dig myself out of this hole? Funny story, I was literally laying on my bed in college, I was eating a pizza that I got from, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. But I was eating a pizza, it was Papa John's $7 special night, so I got a pizza, and I was eating and dipping in that awesome butter. Do you guys have Papa John's?
Yes.
So you know how delicious that butter sauce is? Yeah. So I was dipping pizza in this, eating it, watching YouTube videos, ironically, because that's how I kill all my time. Now I feel like I'm part of the reason so many people waste so much of their time. True, someone's like, true, thanks for that. But I was watching YouTube videos, and all of a sudden this advertisement pops up for P90X, okay? And who knows the name Wayne Wyatt? Anyone recognize the name? Yeah. He was top coach 2 years in a row, a couple years ago, I think 2011 and 12. 11 and 12, yeah. Anyway, he gets on this advertisement, he's like, I did P90X, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done. I literally bled out my eyeballs, my arms fell off, and my legs had to be sewn back on, and it was the best thing ever. And I was like, I want to do that. Whatever he just said, I want to do that. So I got on Craigslist. Do you guys have Craigslist? I was one of those people, okay? I was one of those people that got on Craigslist and bought it, not through a coach. So there's your first point of encouragement. Let's own it right now. Who's done that? Put your hands up. You're all liars. There's so many more people that have done that, okay? Come on. Okay, I did it, I'll own it. I didn't understand how this whole thing worked. So I got on there, I bought it on the cheap, and it was literally like, I met this guy in a gas station parking lot. We saw each other from the opposite. We had never done this before. It was November, so for us it was cold. And we see each other, he's wearing a hoodie. I like walk up to him like, do you have the DVDs? And he's like, do you have the money? So we did this really awkward, like, I grab the DVDs, he grabs the money, and we're like backing up because we're afraid we're gonna get like stabbed or something. And we grabbed what we wanted and we turned away and like just walked away from each other. Like, oh, that's so scary. And I always say it was the healthiest drug deal that ever happened in state college. But that's, thank you. Punchline, nailed it. That's how I got my P90X. So if you guys have people in your circle that are going and you're talking to me, you're like, do this. This is amazing. Like Shakeology is going to change your life, and they get on Amazon or they get on eBay and they're like, oh, hey coach, I got it. And you're like, you're an idiot. Like, why would you do that? Don't give up on those people because I was one of them. Okay? And not only did I do it once, I did it over and over and over with Shakeology. And my coach was like, I can help you. Like, please just don't do that and like work with me. And I was like, no, I can get it so cheap. And so don't give up on those people because if you move on, you're like, well, I can't help them because they didn't buy from me, I didn't get a commission. You're gonna be missing out on some really amazing people, okay? So don't give up on those people. So I did P90X, it was literally like Sharpied onto blank discs, that was my copy. And I got amazing results. P90X like changed my life. That was the first big transformation I've gone through. I've gone through a couple really cool transformations with Beachbody, because like for me it's like super fit and ripped, and then like ooh, pizza, and then like super fit and ripped, and it's yeah, that's my story. I own it. And I just actually had the privilege of doing hammer and chisel in the test group. Yeah. I'll just say this, that's a game changer program. Like, I know we keep saying like, oh, it's a new program, it's the game changer. Like, everyone gets better and better and better. This program is cuss word. Like, it's awesome. It's amazing. Like, it's 60 days, and I'll humbly say, I got ripped, like really ripped in just 60 days. It's not easy. No, you can't see it. Yeah. I posted my before and after pictures. Go look for it. A room full of women. Awesome. Actually, they do. So I got really great results, and I just found that I was naturally like telling people about it. Like, hey, these programs, this product stuff actually works. Like, it really actually works, and people are like, asking about it. And I connected with this coach a long time ago. I was a poor college student, and he was offering free Shakeology samples. He's like, I'll give you 2 free Shakeology meals if you sign up with your email. And I was like, I'm poor, free meal, sure, I'll take it. And that's how I got my coach. And he started seeing my results that I was posting on Facebook, and I was naturally so excited about it. He's like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. And he said it for a week, and then he said it for 2 weeks, and then he said it for a month, and he said it for 6 months, and then he said it for a year, and then he said it for 2 years, and then 3 years. Caleb, you must do this. And it took me 3 years to finally come around to Beachbody coaching, okay? I was passionately in love with what I was doing, but I was too thick to see the opportunity that was even right in front of me. So there's your second point of encouragement. If you have been out there and you see someone that's like going for it and just knocking it out of the park, and like, you're an amazing coach already, you don't even know, you can sign up and be so good at this and help so many people, and you even tell them that now you're like, you can make so much money, or you could be such a salesperson. You're just like, you can help so many people just by being what you already are with a platform called Beachbody. Do you realize what you're sitting on right now? And they say, no, who's ever experienced that? Has anyone ever gone to someone like, you'd be phenomenal at this? And they're like, nope. Like, nothing, they didn't even think about it. You're like, no. Like, I don't want to talk. Like, get out of my face. That was me. My coach asked me for 3 years, over and over and over, almost on a weekly basis, can you do this? Please, just do this, trust me. And the whole time, 3 years, I was like, pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme, slimy salespeople. Nobody can get that rich that fast. Nobody can do this. Like, all these people, these are like terrible, terrible people. And I'm a Christian. And I can't be involved with something like that, okay? I was so like, I didn't even understand. I had no clue. Don't give up on those people because they will understand in time, okay? It took me 3 years, it was kind of thick. It took me 3 years and I finally got it, and now, like, I have the privilege of standing in front of a bunch of Canadians. So yeah, there's just like a point of conclusion. But became a beach volley coach and quickly realized that, and this is what we're gonna talk about today, that I could, I've gone through so many different career paths and so many failed attempts at finding my fit. Graduated college, music degree, like didn't want to pursue music. I was super fried from being a band geek. And then I pursued state police in Pennsylvania. I got all the way through the entire process and then failed a polygraph. So basically I'm a liar. So I didn't lie, but I failed the polygraph because I was apparently my heartbeat was too fast. I was just so excited. They couldn't handle it, no. And then I went into the military. I tried going in the military. I got my pilot's license for the military because I was going to be a warrant officer flight training, and then go fly Apaches and do amazing things. And all of it fell through, all of it. And I was just kind of like, what do I do? Like, I have no options. So I just got a job at a restaurant. I was like, I guess this is what I do. I guess this is what my life is. And kudos to who's working at a restaurant right now. Yeah. High freaking five. Is that, how do you feel like I'm gonna cry right now? Seriously, that job wrecked me. That job was so hard for me to do every single day. And it was the perfect kind of stress that just broke me down every day. And I did that far too long for me. And I settled with that for way too long. And I knew I was called to do something amazing. And I didn't know what it was, and finally I had this breaking moment where I was like sitting in the parking lot, literally sobbing before I went in for my shift. And it's like, I gotta do something different. Like, you've heard that quote before, like, you want something to change, do something different. Like, I wasn't doing anything different. I was just kind of like, well, I guess I'll just go put my apron on, and this is what happens. And hopefully something good happens. Maybe I'll get a customer someday that's like, oh, hey, I have a job offer for you that you can't refuse. And, it never happened. Like, it was never, like, I had to actually make a change for something really good to happen. And the whole time, this whole Beachbody thing for 3 years was like, hey, Caleb, check us out. And finally I was like, I can't even stand it. It's probably still a pyramid scheme, but I'll just do it anyway because I'm desperate. And, I signed up and I immediately realized that it was like the best thing of my life, the best thing I've ever experienced in my life. It's opened up so many opportunities, and maybe you're just getting started, maybe you're not even started yet, like maybe you're still checking this whole thing out, and like maybe you're in it, and you're like, I don't know if this is legit, like maybe make a couple connections here, but I see some people doing really well with it. Guys, I'm no different from you. Like, I'm no different from you. Don't get distracted by the YouTube channel. Don't get distracted by, well, I'm up on stage and you're not. Don't get distracted by, like, check out my hand. Do you see how sweaty it is? I'm gonna hold the microphone again. But I'm seriously no different from you guys. I've just passionately applied my talents and my skills and what I've learned all along the way, and it's led to where I am now. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Basically, you guys, I hear way too much, and this took me a long time to realize myself. Like, I hear so often, I was just actually talking to someone out in the hall about this, about like, I don't feel like I have anything really significant that makes me stand out. I'm like, well, Caleb has this YouTube channel, so that's why he's so popular. That's why he's making such an impact. And whoever has that feeling, like, oh, I'm a coach and I'm doing great things, but like, I don't really have anything really special to offer. I don't have that one like amazing gold nugget that I can give someone, and it's just like life-changing. And here's the thing, I don't think it's like that at all, because you guys are the gold nuggets. You guys are what's special, okay? all of you, like all of your beautiful self and what makes you you is why you can be so successful at this. Why you can be such a rock star of a Beachbody coach. Because I'm a man of faith. I believe very strongly that God created each of us with a very specific purpose, and He gave each of us a very specific circle of influence and a very specific group of friends and a very specific path that we walk through life and interact with different people. And He prepared you perfectly with your past and everything that you've learned and everything that's put together to make you you, to relate to those people. Okay, it might not look like, and you know, right when you meet them, right when you start talking to them, like, oh, they can't relate to me because I don't have anything special to offer them. But here's the deal. This is my analogy that I always share. Who's ever seen me do the padlock analogy? Yeah, I love doing this, and there's not like very few people. This is so exciting. So it's kind of funny because I was making a video one day, and this was sitting on my desk where I was writing up my script for my video, and it's kind of funny because it's actually the padlock that I used to hang on the locker at the gyms I used to go to and get no results at. So now it's traveling all over the place with me. But this is just a regular padlock, okay? And this represents you. This represents your business, okay? And you've all seen these before. It's one of those ones that has 4 dials on it, and the dials have numbers, and you know how it works. You line the numbers up with the red line, and then suddenly your padlock unlocks, right? And these dials on the padlock, they have numbers on it, and I'm going to read them off to you. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. And they all look like that, right? Did anyone hear a number on there that's like, never heard that? Wait a second. Say that one again, because that's what makes that lock work. And that's what we think, okay? We think, well, Caleb's padlock unlocks. Caleb's padlock works because he has some special number that he puts into that padlock, and suddenly that magical thing happens. That's bullcrap. That's bullcrap. I have a dog. I'm a man of faith. I make YouTube videos in my basement next to a loud water heater. I hang out with my buddy in his hangar sometimes. I like chicken. What else? Are you guys? Oh, I like pizza. I do like pizza. Pizza, close. But there's nothing really like that. Like, there's other YouTubers out there that you could be watching. There's other people that own dogs. Like, you're probably thinking, well, there's other people that are single mothers. There's other people that, you know, have 16 kids and counting. There's other people that have all these things. It's like that everybody's already established their brands, and it's like, how am I supposed to stand out? When you start unapologetically owning all of your combination on your padlock, not just stop spending time looking for that one special number, and start putting your entire combination of who you are into your padlock, into your life, and you start unapologetically owning it and putting it out there over and over and over and over again, you suddenly establish a brand, and people are attracted to brands, okay? Maybe individually, yeah, being a single mother, maybe isn't that exciting, okay? When you just put single mother, single mother, single mother, single mother, single mother, single mother, it's like, yeah, okay, other people have seen that before. But when you put single mother and marathoner, or basket weaver, or I like cars, or I like this, or I like that, and you keep putting that out there over and over and over again. Here's the thing. There is like over 7 billion people on Earth. That's a lot of people, okay? That's a lot of people, and I guarantee you, somebody out there is gonna see your specific combination, and they're gonna relate to it. They're gonna say, well, I've got that number in my combination too. Common ground, you become a bridge and the vessel for getting someone from this point in their life to this point in their life, because you've made that connection and you put yourself out there, regardless of whether you think it's exciting, okay? You put all of you out there, you've owned it unapologetically, and someone suddenly comes to you and is like, hey, I like weaving baskets, okay? We have that in common. Or maybe they don't even say it, but they start watching you like a hawk, okay? Creating a brand, establishing yourself as a Beachbody coach is just like this padlock. Put your numbers into it, put it out there over and over and over again, and then suddenly something really magical happens. Let me do it. What's my number? Okay, got it. Suddenly your lock unlocks, okay? Does everyone get that? Does everyone understand that analogy? Okay. Like, we spend way too much time trying to figure out, like, what's the one special thing that I could come up with or develop in my life that everybody's attracted to. And you guys are looking past yourselves, like people. Like, you're amazing. Look at all these selfie sticks, I love it. Like, you guys are amazing. Like, everything that makes you you, your past, your present, like the sticky situations you've gone through, make you so really, okay, so I'm gonna challenge you guys right now. This is gonna get really deep, okay? So basically, the big things that were really hard for me to share were I was broke in college. And everyone's like, yeah, I was broke in college too. I was literally so broke and so lazy that I didn't want to get a job that I resorted to selling my blood plasma to buy groceries, to eat. Like, that was a low point in my life. That was really hard for me to start talking about. But who else has donated blood plasma? Has anyone?
In Canada.
There's one? Oh, you can't? Okay. Okay, well, okay, so for me, that was a really significant thing. That was like, man, I can't, that was my rock bottom, okay? Maybe your rock bottom is, and I'm gonna challenge you guys right now, we're gonna get really vulnerable and we're gonna get really close right now. Who's ever gone through a divorce? Separation. Who's ever suffered with depression? Who's ever suffered with weight loss problems? Who's ever suffered with eating disorders? Who's ever suffered with relationship issues or single parenting or things that you just look, or parenting? Or who's got something in their life right now that if you were to walk out and there's a big group of people out there that you've never met before and you stood in front of them and you said, I struggle with this, you'd be a little uncomfortable. Who's got something in their life like that? Those are your golden nuggets that make you into something amazing. And I want to challenge you after this event to start owning it. To just get over the fear of sharing that stuff, because as soon as you start sharing it, I guarantee you, people are going to come out of the woodwork and be like, I struggle with that too. Can we talk? Or they're not going to do that, and they're going to watch you like crazy, and they're going to wonder, why, if they struggled with that in the past, are they so stinking positive with their life now? What's the secret? What's the secret? And they're going to start watching, and they're going to see that common thread of Beachbody over and over and over again if you're sharing your story. They're going to say, well, I became a Beachbody coach, started doing my personal development, and realized I don't have to think negatively anymore. I started realizing that I have something to offer to the world. I started going to these events, and this guy told me that like the negative stuff in my life can actually be the most powerful, positive tool in my entire toolbox to help other people make amazing life changes. That's you guys, okay? And you already have all of that. It's not like you don't have to leave here and be like, oh, I gotta go figure this out now. It's already you. Like, you guys are you. Like, you guys need to give yourself some credit. Like, hello, you're amazing, okay? You're beautiful. God created you exactly the way you are so you can do insanely beautiful things. They're not just a drone bee, like on Earth, like, oh, spending some time, taking up some oxygen, consuming some non-renewable resources, and then I die. Look at this awesome life. No, you guys are here for a reason. You can accomplish great things. And I have a very, very, very strong belief that it involves a lot of other people, okay? You guys have to make that connection though. Nobody else can do it for you. Nobody can give you the right training to do it. You guys just simply have to believe that you have what it takes to talk to somebody and make them change their life, okay? I kind of want to look at my notes because I don't know if I speak anything. Did that? Put your hands up if you struggle with it. Oh, this is fun. So I like telling stories. If you have, who's seen the YouTube video that I made? Who's not seen a YouTube video? Why aren't you watching? So I like telling stories. When I teach in my videos, like sometimes I make analogies and stories. I think storytelling is so important. That's why I told you my story at the beginning. That's why I'm encouraging you to tell your story when you go out there, because like nobody else has your story. Nobody else out of the 7 billion plus people on this earth can tell your story like you can. Because, I mean, they can recite it, but it doesn't have the credibility because they didn't do it. You've gone through it. You've gone through your, whatever you just put your hand up for before, okay? And that makes you relatable. I like telling stories. A couple things with this whole branding thing and like putting yourself out there. Like you look at your padlock and you have to, this is like how we're doing training, okay? You find, when you're developing your brand, I've found like 5, maybe 6 things that I put out there over and over and over and over. My faith, my health and fitness with Beachbody, my dream for the future, my dog, you know Sheila. She's up there. I miss her. But she has my heart. But I put all those things out over and over and over again, and individually they're not exciting, but when you put them out there over and over again, they become exciting because it's like, wow, Caleb's got that brand going. You guys need to pick 4, 5, 6 things that make you you. Don't overanalyze it, don't overcomplicate it. Like, what makes you you? Like, is it your family? Is it your job? Is it your vision for your future? Is it your, I can't fill in the blank for you because only you really know. Like, I could make suggestions, but I don't even want to do that because if it doesn't come straight from you, like, it's not your brand. You just have to think, like, okay, stop thinking about if it's worth it to talk about or not, and just think, no filter, who am I? And what do I do, and how do I, if someone like, you know, if I died and someone said, like, we met in the pearly gates and they're like, who are you? You're like, well, my name is this. You're like, what is your life? You have to be like, well, I had kids, I had this, and this. That's your brand, okay? That's your brand. That's what I want you to think about. Like, what makes you, the fundamentals of your life, and then simply start talking about it over and over and over. I don't remember my point was for them. Oh, okay, so stories about, like, stories. I like telling stories. So, confident. That was like Bunny Trail number 20. Be confident in this. Be confident in telling your story. And I want to tell you a story about a story. Steve Jobs. Who knows who Steve Jobs is? Yeah. Who's got an iPhone right now? Yeah. So everyone's been influenced by Steve Jobs in some way or another. Whether you're a droid maniac or you're an Apple person, whether you're a smart person or I'm just kidding. So I'm an Apple person. And I love products and blah, 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 but I wouldn't love those products if it wasn't for Steve Jobs being confident in what he had. And it started, like they had computers for a long time, but this is a really cool story. When the iPod came out, you guys all know iPods, who has an iPod, who's ever had an iPod? Okay, it's this revolutionary new device, as they always announce it, that holds music, and you don't even need like a record player, or you don't need a CD. It just, you plug it in, and all of a sudden you have music you can take with you, and it's this amazing revolutionary device. When it came out, it was crap, okay? They had these big plans of selling like millions of these things. They sold like 200 or 300,000, okay? It was the biggest, one of the biggest technology marketing flops ever, because no one understood it. Everyone was like, I have a CD, like that thing only holds 4 songs. I have a CD that can hold like 20. Like, you guys are dumb. And then, like, you always have like the early ones that are like, it's an iPod, and they're like, that's 4 songs. Like, what's the point? But Steve Jobs was confident that he had something he wanted to offer people. He was confident in something before he had a vision for something. He had his story that he was telling, and he didn't care if no one picked it up right off the bat. He kept telling it over and over. He kept putting his product out there over and over and over and over again, and he did not quit. Second year, major flop. They sold like maybe 100,000 more than the previous year. Third year, major flop. The entire business, Apple business, went downhill. They lost money, okay, for the 3rd year in a row. And people are like, dude, I know you're in charge of this business, but you are driving it into the ground with this device. Like, let's go back to computers, let's stop doing this and focus on what we're good at, okay? But he had vision. He knew what he had to offer, and he was very confident in it before anyone else was. You need to be like that. You have your product, you have your story, you have your brand, you have you, and you need to be so confident that you put it out there for 3 years, even if you never get a single like on your page, even if you never get a single comment, even if you never make one step of progress, you really still are making progress. Because if Steve Jobs hadn't gone through that 3 years of like dismal failure, the 4th year wouldn't have happened. And he wouldn't have had that like, suddenly everyone got it. And now everyone in this room has been influenced by that product and by that company, by that one man that was confident in some way or another, okay? Be confident. It takes time. It's kind of like my, so So it's kind of like my YouTube channel. When I first started making YouTube channel, like when I started making videos, I would post a video, and I get like 5 views, and 4 of them were my mom. She was downstairs. She's like, "Oh, good. That's nice." And then the 5th view was probably like me watching myself, like, whoa. The 5th view was like me thinking like, this is horrible. I just almost fell off the stage in front of an international audience. It's awesome. Yeah, I did fall off the stage. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, people. Come on, own it. I own that stuff. No, so the next thing is like the next story I want to tell you is kind of like don't discredit yourself. It kind of goes with confidence. You guys, have you ever heard of Sylvester Stallone? Rocky. Adrian! Yeah. So Rocky, do you guys know the story about how that started? Has anyone seen that? Yeah, if you don't, it's an amazing, amazing story of overcoming some really incredible odds. Rocky, or Sylvester Stallone, he had this amazing idea for this video. It was amazing in his mind. He knew exactly what it was going to look like when it was on the big screen. He was homeless at the time, pretty much. He was living on the street, literally sold his, like, I thought it was bad selling my blood plasma for grocery money. He sold his dog. Like, he sold his best friend to be able to, well, it's cool, it's a cool ending story. He eventually bought the dog back. But he was so confident and he was so consistent with what he knew he wanted to put out there, this vision of the story. He went to every single person he could, and everyone's like, dude, you're a homeless bum. You have no credibility. Like, why would we ever want to think about taking a video out here from you? Like, we have people that make videos for, you know, millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars that are so good. We don't need you. But he didn't give up. He was consistent. He had his brand, he had his product, he had his message that he put out there, and he did that for so long. He finally found somebody that would listen to him. Who can relate to that? Like, you're putting yourself out there over and over and over and over again. You're trying to make a connection with somebody, and it never happens. And you're like, when is this going to happen? Soon. If that's you, I'm not even kidding. Like, soon. Just give it time. Like, this isn't an overnight business. This takes time to build. It takes time to build credibility. It takes time to get your message out there and find the right people that are willing to listen to it. Okay? I'll bet you any money when Rocky went big and became like the biggest success in Hollywood movie making history, I'll bet you any money those people that didn't sign him kind of like, crap, we messed up. But I'll bet you any money they wanted to sign him for his next movie, okay? Build your credibility with consistency and confidence. Confident in who you are, for one, and then consistency and not expecting results right off the bat. That's what this business is like. That's why so many people quit. Like, so many people come into this and they're like, well, first of all, they're struggling with their confidence. They don't realize that they're a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful human being that has something really amazing to offer. And then, even if they get past that somehow, or even if they just be like, well, they realize that, well, this doesn't happen fast. I guess this doesn't work. I guess this just isn't for me. I had that. I still have that sometimes. You know, I'm 2.5 years into my business and I'm a 1-star diamond, and I'm like, there's someone that signed up as a coach like for 1 year and they were already 15-star diamond. Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why am I struggling? So like, I guess I'm maybe not. No, like that's not true. Like, it happens. It's done. Like, here's the mentality we have to think as Beachbody coaches. You're amazing, first of all. You're amazing. You have something to offer. So start consistently offering it, no matter how long it takes. Is anybody here wearing the Never Give Up shirt? Anyone? I saw it on the table. There's like the theme for some last year was never give up. Seriously, who cares how long it takes? Fight through it. Like, if you spent 10 years building this business and you ended up where you dream of ending up, do you think it'd be worth it? Yeah. If I end up where I think I want to end up, I don't care how long. I don't care if it takes until I'm 70 years old. Like, I get to live that life of abundant giving and bless other people's, and that's like my life calling. So if it takes me 50 years to get to that, cool. I'll struggle the whole way there, and then I'll get there and I'll be like, that was worth it. It was totally worth it. So whatever your goal is, like, stop doing the microwave society, like, I'm gonna put this into the oven and like turn it on and come back 5 minutes later and have a turkey dinner. And it's gonna be phenomenal. Like, it doesn't work that way. Things take time. It's like, you've heard the whole microwave versus crock pot. Like, this business is a tease. It really is. Because you get in, you're like, you see all these people super successful, and you're like, oh, they're so awesome. Like, I cannot wait to achieve what they've achieved. And you put your food in the crock pot, okay? And you're like, because my coach said this takes time. So I'm going to listen to him. I'm going to put it in the crock pot. I'm going to turn it on low and let it, simmer all day. And you walk around the house all day. You're like, I'm starving. I'm so hungry. And that smells so good. And I can't have it yet because it's not ready. And you're like walking around like, it's almost ready. And it's like, oh, this is driving me crazy. That's what this business is like, okay? You start investing into this, and you pour yourself into it, like over and over and over, day after day after day after day, and then you get like a little tiny paycheck. Or you get like one little sign of progress. You get one little sniff of that crock pot, and you're like, gosh, that smells so good. I need more to happen. Like, when is this gonna happen? But then when you finally get to the point where it cooks, and you get to look back, and you're like 5 years, 6 years, 7 years into your business, I can only imagine I'm 2.5 years in, and you look at this and you're like, look at my team. Look at what they're achieving. Like, my coach just quit her job. Like, she just quit her job so she can be with her kids all day. My coach just paid off their last loan. My coach now officially owns their house. My coach has helped 50 people lose 50 pounds. Like, stuff like that. How can you even put a timeline on that stuff? Like, how can you even, seriously. How can you look at that stuff that is so dramatically life-changing and think, it's only worth 4 years of my time. It's only worth 3 years of my time. I'm at 2.5 years, and I think I'm gonna quit because it's probably not worth it. Who's ever struggled with that? Like, who's ever been like, I think this probably isn't for me, but maybe I'll just hang on a little bit longer. It is for you. It is for you. Who cares how long it takes? Do the work, show up consistently, grind, make sacrifices, talk to people, invite them to your challenge groups, do the things that other people aren't willing to do, so you can achieve the things that other people can't achieve. I mean, that's another one of those internet meme things. Like, if you make the sacrifices to build this, and you're confident that it will work if you're doing the right things, 3 vital behaviors, it cannot get any easier than that. I do them every single day, and I'm trusting it's going to work, because it is. I mean, I've seen it work for other people. I've seen it work for, like, amazing leaders. I mean, some of you are farther ahead than I am, even, in your businesses, and it's like, you guys have been doing your 3 vital behaviors, right? Just do the daily, consistent behaviors every single day that it's easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. Make the decision to do it. Who's ever read The Compound Effect? Yeah, it happens. It happens over time, okay? It's not, I've read it like 6 times. But I just want to encourage you guys, be consistent, do the Sylvester Stallone, do the Steve Jobs, be confident in what you have to offer. And I'm going to basically close, because I don't know how long I've been talking, but don't discredit yourselves, people. Like, all of this business stuff aside, all of the challenge packs and success clubs and all my Shakeology HD customer quit and like my paychecks are so smaller, all these different things. Like, you guys need to understand you're here for a reason. Like, you're gonna talk to a lot of people in the course of your business. Like, you're beautiful. You have something to offer, and I believe so strongly, like I said in the beginning. Like, again, I'm just gonna put it out there because I'm a man of faith. Like, I feel so confident that God created you guys to make big impacts in your circles, okay? In the world. You guys aren't just a part of a business. You're part of something way, way, way more significant. You're not just part of a coaching thing where you run challenge groups and help people lose some weight. Like, you're a part of helping someone with really deep issues, okay? Because usually when there's issues, like, there's deeper things that people aren't comfortable sharing. I'm challenging you guys to leave this event and share those deeper issues and make yourself vulnerable and like type it out. Someone did it. Where are you? Last night in the car. Over here. She was back in the back of her car, and she's like, go check out this post, by the way. Give her lots of likes and comments. So she's in the back of the car. She's typing this post out, and she starts crying. She's like, man, I want to get my message out. And she's like, I'm so nervous. And we're like, post it. She's like, okay. And Like that's the kind of courage I want to challenge you guys to take. Like I want you to go out there, put the most vulnerable things you can think of your life, and share it. Be like, share it with a message. Put it out there. Be like, oh, this is all my dirty laundry. It really sucks. No, share it. This is my dirty laundry. This is what I'm working through, and this is my message for you guys. Like I have this in my life, and it stinks, but it doesn't dictate who I can become. It doesn't dictate, what I am or what I can achieve. Because I feel very strongly that this is how I share. I feel strongly that God gave me that experience for a reason, so I can go do great things with it. Okay? I want to encourage you to live your life like that. And I'm just going to close with a little bit of it's a scripture. It's Matthew 5:13-15, and it says, "You are the salt of the earth. You are the light of the world. You're like a city on a hilltop that can't be hidden. Would anybody light a lamp and then hide it under a basket? No, they let it shine. They place it up on a stand where it spreads its light everywhere." Okay? That's a promise to you guys. You guys are the salt of the earth. You're the light of the earth. You should go out there and, Christian boys saying a bad word, freaking let it shine. Seriously. Like, put it right out there. That's not done yet. And then it says, in the same way, let your life shine for everyone. Let everyone see the good things you're doing, and everybody will praise your heavenly Father, okay? Go out there and shine your light. Realize that you have something really amazing, and just know that I'm praying for you guys, and that I want you to be so successful in everything that you do, and that you have everything you need to be super successful. So, thank you for having me here.